Well, hello there, people on the internet and hello again. I am TheMBmulti. Welcome to, I believe this is part 10 of my Rome tutorial Let's Play campaign series as Macedon. In the previous I don't know why I did that. In the previous episodes, we, what did we do? We conquered Iader. We fought two battles there. We fought one field battle, destroying this army in the field. And then we fought a siege battle to destroy the Queen's army and conquered the settlement. And then we burned it down. So that's, and then, so the entire province of Illyria is now under Macedonian control, which is pretty cool. Which is also pretty funny because Philip II, king of Macedon during the time of the Romans, one of his goals was to conquer Illyria, but the problem was that Rome interfered the whole time, and he couldn't really do it. He attacked the Illyrians, but then the Illyrians were allied with Rome, or had like defensive things going on with Rome. So Rome declared war on them, but Rome was also at war with the Carthaginians. So the Romans only like barely fought the Macedonians, and then they both decided, yeah, this is pretty pointless. Should we just stop? And then the Romans, of course, were very busy with Hannibal. So the Romans are like, oh my god, yes, please stop. And the Macedonians were like, yeah, this is pretty pointless. I've got better things to do. So they just stopped. And then a couple years later, I believe it was about, that was about the Macedonians trying to conquer territories from the Egyptians, which were over here, together with the Seleucids. The Macedonians and the Seleucids teamed up against Egypt that owned stuff here. And Rhodes and Pergamon were both scared, so they both asked Rome to help out, and Rome said yes, and then the Romans declared war on the Macedonians again. This time, they had already defeated the Carthaginians, so then the Romans attacked the Macedonians, and they won a very decisive battle around here somewhere in TheMBmulti. No, not TheMBmulti, Cynocephali, sorry. TheMBmulti is the 300 Spartans. Which was also around here somewhere, but the Battle of Cynocephali was like somewhere here next to Larissa. Which is an extremely interesting battle. It's essentially the old ways of the Macedonians with the pikes and stuff versus the new ways of the Romans with the legionaries and well, they didn't have legionaries back then. They had hastati and principes and triarii, but still, it was an extremely innovative way, even with that old republican way. So it was new warfare versus old warfare, and new warfare won. The Romans won the battle and they won the war. And that was the beginning of Macedon's decline and being integrated in the Roman Republic. But some of you guys have already mentioned that I should start a podcast where I just talk about Roman history all the time. And I'm always all the time when I hear that, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really know if I can fill one entire hour or something with talking about Roman history. But when I do stuff like that, where I just ramble about Roman history during a Let's Play, I'm just like, oh, well, maybe you guys are right. Anyway. What are we going to do today? We're going to conquer Pannonia today. That's what we're going to do. But first we're going to end off the turn. And we have to defeat the TheMBmulti. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting this fleet. I'm really not paying attention to my navy. That fleet is going to go back to Iader because we're going to build a military wharf there so that we can train some proper military ships. But yeah, first we have to destroy the TheMBmulti entirely, because they're still alive, but they don't have any territory, so they're just gonna fruitlessly attack a couple of my settlements. I've already put armies everywhere. Oh, they're gonna try to bypass me. Well, that should be fine, because my army can catch up to them. Bad omen, that's not bad. Oh, that's a subject against authority. Okay, I'll check that out in a second. Okay, so we got the ship rams. I'll also do this, so that we've got more movement range for all armies and fleets. That's good. Speaking of fleets, let's not forget them this time. Oh, they didn't really pay attention to them. Well, if we attack here... Yeah, there we go. They'll just sail away extremely far. Yeah, these guys have pretty much recovered everyone, so... Attack, and they're in ambush, or they're in force march, so we can ambush them. That's what I'm trying to say here. And there we go. We can just auto resolve this, and we can get some more slaves. To your duties, men. I love the soundtrack. Arabian Summer it's called, I believe. Ah! Anyway, subjugating authority, you have to check that out. In order to pay the upkeep for the temples, the High Priestess intends to introduce a temple tax. Stop her, work together, let her do it, do nothing. The High Priestess claims that this is the will of the gods, but men should not be charged for their places of worship. They should be free to honor the gods. With a little careful negotiation, perhaps some of this money could find its way into our coffers. Who are we to question the true voice of the gods? This is the will of the gods, so we should not interfere. No, stop her! Come on. You should not be able to. You should not be forced to pay money in order to visit the temple. I'll make more than enough money to pay the upkeep for the temple. It's not like I don't like the gods. I just don't feel like mortals should, the ordinary people in the street should pay up for that. Which is ironic, because that's exactly how the Greek gods work. It's not how the Roman gods work, because essentially the Roman gods are kind of like the Greek gods, except for all the fact that the Greek gods are angry all the time. Roman gods are very rarely angry. Except in epic tales, and otherwise they're just like chilling. Which is pretty funny, but the Greek gods are always angry. So let's take a look. The Seleucids still... Oh, they're still hanging in there. They still lost a bunch of territory, but they're still hanging in there. So this is very cautious, apparently. They're cautious but treacherous. So this is confident but treacherous. Yeah, there we go. These guys are cautious and loyal, so they barely are aggressive to other people, and they're extremely loyal to whoever is friends with them. I find it funny that Athens is unreliable out of all people. Sparta is also loyal, but they're confident. That makes sense. I mean, it's Sparta. They live for war. Oh, I should have... Oh, again, fuck. I forgot to ask them to join the war against the TheMBmulti. For a bit of extra boost to our friendship. I still find it weird to begin with that I have to actually maintain a friendship while they're my client state. They're my client state, which means I essentially installed my own king in their province so that they can govern the country for me.
The spirits have noticed that
I'm not gonna pay you 4,000 denarii for a non-aggression pact. Price of devotion. The High Priestess was right. The new temple tax was the will of the gods. After speaking with you, she returned to her temple to find that it had been struck by lightning, a sign of Zeus' displeasure, for she had failed. Every man must pay his dues, plus 10% tax rate. Oh. Okay, so I should have... Oh, okay, well, the outcome is good, but I didn't choose the correct thing. That's interesting. Okay, so we can build this up. We can build a military wharf. We can build a stadium, and then we can do another farm here. Alright, so yeah, the Hellenic is of course heavily going to increase here. And normal stance, you can make it there within 2 turns. And then you could just be docked in the other for a while till you got your things. Oh, did I skip messages? Awesome buildings. But yeah, population surplus in here. Why is there so much public order issues here? There's a huge amount of squalor buildings, apparently. Huh. Okay, well, with this thing, that's going to increase our public order by a lot, so that's good. We need some... What else can we do here? This gives public order. Oh, this works very weird. Oh, I probably have one of those strange mods installed that messes that up a bit. So I have to switch out that mod soon. I already have a temple there, so I don't need to build another one. So in that case, I'll just build an agora. It's not a forum. It's not a fucking forum. Romans have a forum. Greeks have an agora. It's very simple. Why is everybody so angry around here? Raiding? Who the hell is raiding? Oh, they are. Oh, they are. Okay. Right, you can train some ships and then you have to hunt them down because they're annoying me. Okay, next task is to go there. To conquer that, so I'll send a spy over to check it out. Right, there is one army there. Levy Freeman. It's annoying because they can throw spears, those guys, and they've got a bunch of slingers. Yeah, these are Celtic guys. They're a lot stronger than the Balkans that I've been destroying the whole time. Are these guys at war with anyone? Yeah, they're at war with the Getae. Yeah, the Getae is also at war with Royal Scythia, but don't really see much about that. And these guys? These guys are at war with the Erevisci, and the Erevisci are over there. Okay. Well, what I can do with this is just put two armies next to it and then just auto-resolve my way through. I guess. If it becomes way too annoying. Oh, look at that. The Romans have conquered Lilybom again. And they've lost Cosentia again. They're really struggling with Carthage. I mean, it's kind of the point, but...
One sacrifice is needed on the altar.
No, you're not. You don't even have any territory. You basically only have like 2 people left in those ships that are in the sea all the time. Hidden Age exposed. Yeah, whatever, doesn't really matter. Mission issued. Research something in siege within 5 turns. Oh, that should be fine. I've got 1 turn left for the regular research, and then I'll just switch to siege. Built the Amphiatron. And got the Harvest Horn of Demeter. And I built some of those ships. Or trained some of those ships. There we go. So now we got at least a decent amount of public order around here. I will research this soon. But I have to research something in siege first. Oh, I won't even be able to because this takes way too long. Okay, well in that case I'll just research that straight away afterwards. There's no point in doing it if we can't even make that. I mean, it's just a tiny side mission, doesn't really matter. Alright, well, it's actually the main mission. 25 settlements, but the things... Completely control the following 2 provinces. Asia and Cilicia. Where is Cilicia? Oh, that's that one. Yeah. Have a defensive or military alliance with Carthage. 5 units of Sarissa, Thessalian or Companion cavalry. I've got 11. And I have to be at war with Rome. Well, I'm not going to do all of that, but I'm just curious to see what they want. Basically, they're following the footsteps of what historically actually happened. Or what historically happened, plus what Macedon historically wanted at this point in time. Yeah, well, I don't really have much to do around here, so... we could just skip to the next turn. Oh, there we go. The Romans have conquered Syracuse now too. And they've lost Lilybom again. I would worry more about the army that should be around there somewhere that conquered Cosentia. No. I know you're Greek and stuff, but no. You're literally like 3 people floating on the Mediterranean in a boat. You couldn't... I don't consider you a faction anymore. The Nabatea are dead, so that's also interesting, because the Seleucids were at war with them. +2 authority when leading a fleet. My admiral got that one. Motivate the populace in Illyria. Yeah, the population, the public order is being fixed up around here. Okay, I need that so that I can build the next level of the odium or the thing, whatever it's called. Yeah, okay, so Seleucids and Sardis own that now. Okay. Okay, the Seleucids are a lot more powerful than Egypt according to the balance of power. And there is some sort of Cleopatra figure leading Egypt. Alright, a library. There we go. Almost got 100% culture. We don't even have any culture penalty public order anymore. Alright. Oh, why the hell do I have 2 of those? That's not smart. We'll switch that to this then. Does it change anything in the food? We lose 1 food. But we got 5, so that should work out. It's a pathetic fleet that's attacking here, but it's something. At least it gets them off our back.
All hands to the oars. Not into those waters.
Yeah, we should chase them down the Mediterranean a bit, but whatever. Alright, next turn Iada is fixed up. Alright, and then Singidun is our next target. It's 100% Celtic, so it's going to take a while until we get our Greek culture over there, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Nope. Skills to our general over here. Skilled cavalry commander.
We hunger for battle.
Alright, let's save in the meantime. Since I've spent a couple turns. Alright. Oh, that's not a good sign.
One sacrifice.
A token, perhaps a modest gift of coin, would have my...
Yeah, I'm not paying 2,000. Simple as that. No, they're gonna... Yeah. Should be dead this turn, because I don't think they can run away far enough. Child is born, that's good. Spy populace around the place, a bunch of buildings built around the place. Alright. They run off again. And they're in range. There we go. It doesn't really matter how many ships we lose. Just shit ships anyway at this point. There we go. Dalmatia are dead. Okay, now you can finally go to Iada and get your stuff. Destroyers. And more ammunition for your guys. I think it's time for a new army. And we're gonna go for Demetrius II, which is our factionaire.
We hunger. Hold this a garrison.
And
Sign up, lads, for a
6 of those,
glorious life.
2 of those, 3 of those, Ethereal spears, maybe? What's the benefit? They have a lot less melee attack. Essentially the same amount of weapon damage. More bonus versus cavalry. More charge bonus. They've got a little bit less melee defense. They got less armor, less health, and less morale. But they can throw spears. It's essentially the only difference there. Yeah, I don't really like Thorax Swordsman. It feels like they've got like discount legionnaires. And I'm not a Roman in this campaign. I'm a Macedonian in this campaign. Or I'm playing as Macedon in this campaign. So I'll just go with regular old hoplites. And then with 4 archers again. And I have to change the name. Pegasus wings. There we go. The Pegasus wings. That's how you write that, I believe, with only an apostrophe. If not, feel free to correct me in the comments. I'll probably change it like 500 episodes later. Not because I'm not interested, but because I pre-record all these episodes. Because Rome still owns that, and that. And this is all still owned by Libya. This used to be owned by Rome, but that's also owned by Libya now. So they're just essentially fighting behind each other's fronts all the time. They're fighting at each other's fronts and behind each other's fronts, so I can understand that the war over there is rather confusing. Alright, well, we'll wait here for one more turn. Until we'll continue,
It is an honor to serve.
continue moving the armies around to conquer the next thing. Alright, how about... Not you. Send you there. I'll train a dignitary. And I'll send the dignitary out into the solutions area, just so I can see what's going on down there. Oh, there we go. They lost Lilybom and Syracuse. Rome is really struggling.
One sacrifice.
No! I believe I saw a comment of someone saying I should leave Rome alone as long as possible, and then at the very end have like an epic showdown where we're both built up. Well, I don't even think Rome is going to survive until to see that point. Alright, even gods blush. They say there is a god of swearing. You great puke-stained shit elf. oh, I say there is a god of swearing, you great puke-stained shit elf. +1 zeal and -4 public order for the Bread and Games Edict. Alright, anyway, the Pegasus Wings is training up. That's good. Oh, should be able to get another champion. There we go. We can attach the champion to the army. All right, I'll send a dignitary out. Of course, I could use the dignitary to quickly get this process over with, but hey, I can train another one. All right, so this place should be under control. Alright, so in the next turn they should be able to make the attack there if I move them both here. End the turn. And once again, I forgot the fleet. It always happened to me, also in the original Rome to the War. I just get a random, during the answer, and I just a guy like, our fleet is under attack! And I was like, oh yeah, hang on, I had a fleet that I was moving. And then just random pirates show up and just kill them. In this game there aren't like no pirates at all. I mean, you've got the pirate factions, which allows you to place the Adrian Kingdom and stuff. But not really any like rebel pirates, like they're not part of a faction. Rome, the original Rome to the War has that way too much. They've got pirates spawning in all over the place, it's ridiculous. But in this game, there's like nothing of that. I kind of like the mechanic if they balanced it out a bit more. Could be quite good. Then you can have like, just like in Mountain Blade Warband, where you have like a hideout for sea raiders in the campaign map somewhere. Could be cool if like on some island or on the coast somewhere, you've got pirate hideouts where rebels spawn. And you have to send an army over to clear it out, and then it will stop spawning. And then there is a chance... Then it has like a cooldown for a bunch of turns, and then it can... And then it has a certain amount of chance to reappear on another random coast or island somewhere around the campaign map. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so we got this entire thing now, so that's good. Let's start getting this thing. One more turn, and then this guy can move his army over to there and train his archers. Okay, they can both attack now. So let's save the game. And declare war on them. Alright, as I said, that's gonna not go well at all. But this guy's gonna come in. And there we go. Burn it down. And once again, I forgot to ask my client states to join in. Because they're already dead. Yeah. Alright, so there we go. That was that. Fix this up. Build an agora. Build a temple. And outskirts. Alright, so you guys can just relax around here. You can just wait. And the next time, or the next target is going to be Segestica. It's going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit more on the annoying side apparently. 2 armies here. Spear warriors, Celtic swordsmen. Oh, Celtic warriors, my bad. This guy's got some Levy Freeman. This is also very good because there's iron here, so I can upgrade all my soldiers. The armor and stuff. So that's also very useful. So definitely want iron. Where the hell am I getting iron from now? I'm importing it from somewhere, but from where? I thought I could see that. Well, apparently I'm importing it from the Seleucids, but I thought there was a better way of looking at that. Here you can see everything. I'm importing all that stuff. I thought you could see that from somewhere. Well, whatever. Once I conquer that, I've got my own supply of iron, so that's good. Oh, these Apulii own all of that. Okay. So the Getae should like me a bit more because I destroyed the Skordiski, and they were at war with them. Not that they were really doing anything; they were just sitting and staring at each other while they were at war. You can attach yourself to the army of the air of the factionaire, and you can start traveling over to Antioch. So that I've got a little bit of knowledge of the world in that direction. So I can build this thing up now, which has no negative repercussions. And I can build this thing up as well, which just costs a bit of food, but I've got a lot of food in the provinces to deal with that. And there we go. And this one's still building on level 3. Oh, this army has military traditions and stuff. Alright. Spears. And then you are going to have less upkeep, more experienced for recruits. Yeah, that's only useful right from the beginning, but other than that, not really. Capable bureaucrats. Political reformer. More research rates and less corruption. Taxes. Food. Commercial stimulation. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for ferocious warrior. And I'm going to give you an experienced archer bonus. I'm going to give my factionaire, I'm going to give him like political things as well. He's of course going to be good in the wars, but he's also going to be a good political guy. Anyone else? No, that was it. And once again I forgot the fleet, but the fleet has made it, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Not that I wasn't doing that already. Yeah, wow, the Seleucids, the Carthaginians are locking down, the Seleucids, I keep saying Seleucids, the Carthaginians are locking down, oh, what the hell's the island called again? Sardinia? Oh, whatever, I can't remember what the island's called. Yeah, I failed. Well, it was impossible, so there. Oh, the Hydra Slayers has plague. That sucks. In that case, you're gonna have to stay here, and you're not gonna go anywhere. So there we go. Hellenic culture is rushing in here. You're done. So move there. And then you can get some archers. And then you can start conquering stuff. Just like your father, who's been sitting in Pergamon for a while. Yeah, we once again, I guess, need combined efforts to take this down. I will get that done. Alright, so the politics. There we go, we're getting a bunch more support for our family, which is good. Hates Easterners, likes Greeks, agriculturalists. Okay. Alright, you can get married again, so let's try again. A protective wife. Plus 8% chance of evading enemy agents. And more loyalty to the dynasty. And yeah, you've got an efficient husband. You can't change anything about that, so that's very good. Okay, good. You are you've got a good wife this time. And she can get that thing, so we get global research rate. This is mostly local province, so that's not very useful. You need something with faction-wide bonuses, otherwise it doesn't really matter. Because I don't think local province helps, because she's essentially not on the campaign map. Yeah, this gives +5 food faction-wide, which is pretty good. Oh, notification. Got a fucking notification about memes on Reddit. Need to make sure that my notifications don't appear when I'm playing something. Well, you can have this one then. Let me have more food faction-wide. I think that's pretty alright. You guys can start having children. Yeah, you guys got a child, so that's good. And you guys should also start getting children soon. Alright, so I'm gonna end off the episode soon. Because previous episode was pretty long, so I'm just making this one a bit shorter to level it out, you know. I mean, we did conquer a settlement, so it's not like I haven't been busy. Oh my god, the Romans have lost Neapolis. As I said, Rome is probably not going to survive long enough to see me win the campaign. And that's not even because of me, it's just because of Rome itself. Right, hero leveled up. And another child is born with an extremely long and difficult name. Archers have been trained. Enjoys the games. That's good. Loaded dice. -5% upkeep for all ships. Long nights at sea. Gives ways to gambling. And then a bunch of buildings. Okay, the factionaire is done with his army. You can have pet snake and have that thing. And you've got that, so you're only missing... you don't have any armor things that you can carry there. Alright, you need to go there. Don't get too close to this guy because he's got the plague somehow. Alright, but also... So here we can have a little bit of a look on how this area looks now. Because my dignitary is moving through. So this is the province of Galatia and Cappadocia, which is in the middle here. Yeah, the Galatians, I believe they like declared war on everyone, and then everyone actually came up and started fighting, and then they just died from all sides. Which is very silly of them, but that's just how they went. We're just gonna have to respect that. Alright, well, in theory we should get essentially one net public order increase. So that's good. And then once we have some population surplus, I can upgrade this and build another entertainment building. Alright. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. So in the next episodes, well, hopefully this guy can get rid of the plague pretty soon. And then I'm going to move my factionaire and those two others. And we're going to take out Segestica and then eventually Akink as well. And then we own the entire province of Pannonia. And then we're going to move on to Dacia, I think. After that, probably going to attack Pontus first, so that I've got some stuff down here. Because we're going to leave the Seleucids alone for as long as possible. Oh god, well, looks like the Seleucids are about to win around here anyway, so we may not have that luxury. But anyway, the point is, we're first going to conquer... Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe it's smarter if we first declare war on the Seleucids and then on Pontus. Because then because if we own all of this, then the Seleucids can launch loads of attacks from everywhere. So we're gonna declare war on Sardes, then the Seleucids will join in, and then we conquer Sardes, got Asia, and then we move on through. And because then we have a very narrow line that we can fight our way through. Then we're going to take out the Seleucids. We're going to conquer Egypt, conquer Libya. And then push on through to the edge of the world. But yeah, first, take care of the situation up north. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Hope everyone's enjoyed it. Be sure to click the like button to let me know if you did. Also, be sure to subscribe to become part of the Roman army. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button on the left of here or underneath the video. You know all that shit. See you later, Romans. Ave!